from our rental car and we are driving to Kotor in Montenegro. This is currently our view.
Horrible.
Alright, so we actually found the ferry. We're taking a ferry just across the harbor here. It cuts off about 30 minutes of our journey. And we got there and the tickets, you can only pay in euros. And we only had Croatian marks. We didn't have any, and we just had, Croatian kuna. And we only had cards. And so we went back to this restaurant because I really had to use the bathroom as well. And the server there just gave Sean €5. Like, he's so nice. And he's like, you know, if you drive back this way, you can just give me the 5 back. And we're like, that is so nice of you. So now we can get our ticket and get on the ferry. Alright, so currently using my phone because the camera's charging for our big day out tomorrow. But this camera's quite good anyway, so it's fine. We're just walking down to explore the town a bit. We got to the Airbnb and the host gave us some coffees and juice. And she's doing our washing, which is really nice because we were on our last resource.
Dangerously low.
Look at that water. Gorgeous. Good morning.
Morning.
We've got our coffee and now we're going to go climb the mountain to see the old church. We made it to the first viewpoint and we're going to this church up here. Okay, so we've arrived at the church, but we're here on off season, obviously. It's December, and it usually will cost €8 each to climb up here. But we got to the entrance and the barricades are taken down, so if you come off season, it's completely free to come up. And since it's free, we are going to continue the climb to the fortress, which is going to be a little bit difficult. In the summer also, this is kind of a halfway point, I assume. They'll sell water and snacks, but since it's off season, there's nobody here, and I was counting on having water halfway up, so we'll see how we go.
I was just saying a second ago, it's quite cool to be up this high above the town. When you're down there, obviously, it seems so much larger when you're walking. Everything's so tight together. There's little tiny alleyways, and you can go any manner of directions. So you really get kind of like an artificial sense of scale and grandeur. It feels like a big metropolis, and up here looking down, like actually, okay, you know, it's really quite small.
And we're staying up here, so we're at the end of the bay, and then if you go out here and you go left, that leads you out into the sea.
Sounds to me like I've got a lot more digging to do. That's what I do at night when we get back from the days out. I just go on Google and I'm like, history of or what is this?
Also last night, the cruise ships will obviously come in from there. There were 2 here yesterday and they left at night and there were the loudest bangs ever. We were walking back to our Airbnb and it was fireworks from the cruise ships.
They carried off into the night quite late though. I think when we go down to have lunch, we need to ask someone who lives here what the story is on those. Because I mean, you can probably hear now the sounds like a big saw. It's coming from over there, so there's obviously some factory over there.
Alright, we're at the base of the fortress. Little to no breath left in us.
My face is quite red.
It's crazy workout. High risk zone. Are you ready for some high risk fun?
Here's a high risk zone. for all my shirts.
Okay.
I'll use that, Jamie. We'll Google it later.
If you know.
You can pop it in.
Yeah. This is so beautiful. I need to get a shot of this. Look at this. Is a road.
It's a walkway.
Then how do they get to their house?
They walk.
Oh my gosh, they must be fit as a fiddle. Okay, if anyone has seen Heidi, do you see the Lady of the Mountain? There's a little church down there. We're gonna try and get to it once we climb to the top, but we've stopped up here. We're here. It doesn't feel like we're much higher, but we are.
Very high. A fortress, by definition, is a town within walls, fortified. So a place like Krakow would have been a fortress. The town is inside of a position. So take into consideration that all of these would have had multiple purposes. It would have probably been barracks for soldiers, places for people, little huts and homes. And after getting up here, being an army trying to attack this place would have been horrible.
We found the fortress, kitty.
We made it to the top, so now we get to go down and down and down and down and down and down. We saw on the other side of the fortress there's an old, I guess you could call it ruins of a town and church, or maybe part of this complex more than likely. So we're going to try and hit that up on the way down and break up the journey. Next time, Everest Base Camp.
So we really wanted to get to this church, but the actual pathway is like all the way down here and leads into the town. And we're like right here. So we saw this ladder and it says that it's forbidden to like pass through there, but church kitty. Hi. More importantly, look at all of the cows. Okay, here's the inside of the church. You can see all the old painting. Sean's gonna attempt to get close to these cows.
There's one here, he's bashful. This is ear and
Oh.
Hey buddy. I've never pet a cow before.
You haven't?
I'm afraid of cows because they're so big and powerful.
What about horses?
Horses are man's second best friend after dogs. I don't want to mess with them, man. I got no health insurance. I'm going to find a million excuses not to do it. I have no health insurance. I could go to jail. I don't want to go to Montenegrin jail. There's a sign advertising juice and homemade cheese and snacks and stuff. Hopefully it's not a summer only thing. He loves you.
Hi, honey. You're my boy.
Oh man, he's having the best day. He's following us now.
Hi, honey.
And just through here we saw a cave. It's not really a cave, although there's a huge amount of shit. So I think cows come here and hang out, but there's a carpet.
So we followed the sign for the smoked ham and cheese, and we found this place. It is amazing. My hands are freezing because we're on this mountain.
It is
and
a
the
bit
wind
cold.
is strong.
You can see the wind is really strong, even down on the water. You probably can't get it on camera, but the waves are cresting. There's like a lot of wind coming in. So real quick, it's quite windy, so I'll try and be brief. We just had our really awesome, authentic mountain lunch. We thought about trying to come back in through the castle, but Jamie made the good point that we should maybe try and do something different, so we're going to take the long and winding road. This cat is as equally as obsessed with Jamie. There he comes running down. Oh, he's loud as all hell. Oh, he's snuggling right up into you. He's making a home on your chest there.
The cows have made their way over here, and this is on our path. Can you see?
Got some billy goats.
We have some mountain goats.
This is a stone bridge. So We've made it down to the bottom of the mountain, and which is just over there. There's a little footpath here that winds around and comes up. There's a huge cavern there for the river to flow down through the mountain. And I just wanted to show how absolutely crystal clear this water is. It's unbelievable. I mean, apart on the camera, you can barely even tell there's water there. I'm assuming you can drink it. I don't want to try, but I've never seen water that clear anywhere before. I want to go back up there, but there are some signs around that say to be careful and not to enter, so I think I will refrain. Well, this is where the journey ends. I can't get any further, but I bet you it's beautiful up there.
Okay, so we've made it back to the old town, and we've come to the restaurant that we saw yesterday that has a €10 menu with soup, salad, main dish, and dessert. And we both got tomato soup because that's the only one they had today, but it looks delicious, and Sean is serving it up.
I'm the lunch lady.
And we have some bread here. Okay, so we got our meals. Sean got hake with rice, and we got some salad to share. And I got the pork medallion with honey mustard sauce and rice. Tell us how the hake tastes.
I've never had this before. It's like fish and chips.
I'm gonna get some rice with it. My face is so red from the wind. I want to get some salad in there too. Apple pie, Sean. Take it away.
Take it away.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Damn it. I need to eat this and go take a nap.
Get into it.
Okay, so we have arrived back to our Airbnb. Sean's putting on his new face cream. We had to stop at the store to get some face cream. I got some more hair dye because I've bleached it twice, as you could probably tell. I haven't mentioned it, but I think one more time I'll do it. But only 3 times because I don't want my hair to fall out. So I think that's gonna be what we're gonna vlog today, just because we're gonna chill, probably nap. I need to finish season 2 of You. I literally watched 5 episodes yesterday. Make a yummy dinner later, have some wine. So we will see you tomorrow. We just left the cafe we were at, and we drove through this morning, and he wanted to take a picture of it. Now we are driving to, I think, a Spanish fortress. We don't have to return our car until like 4 o'clock or something like that. And then we're also gonna return the €5 to that kind waiter that lent it to us.
I even kept the receipt, so if he's not there, I can give it to them and say, this is for this. He's not there right now, but they took it and they're gonna give it to him because he comes in later today, they said.
Okay, so we found Fort Spanyola. Let's see where Sean went. Okay, so we have passed through the Montenegrin border, and now we are just waiting to go through the Croatian border. It's a Sunday, so maybe less officers are working today. We watched the Flying the Nest video, and when they went into Montenegro, they had to wait like 40 minutes. On the way in, we didn't have to wait at all. At both borders, it was like we flew through. We did need the car registration, so if you're into car, get that, or else you're screwed. Sean's passport is completely... It has no, so here's mine. I got mine in January. Still pretty fresh. And this is the front of Sean's.
It just came off when we went to Prague.
Oh, right.
It was so hot I had it in my pocket. Because after that, it is what it is now. I feel like it just adds to mystery. Like when I go to give it to someone, they can't tell where I'm from until you open it up and look inside.
Okay, so we are officially in Croatia. When we were waiting at the border crossing, it was because the man in front wasn't pulled up far enough, so the stoplight couldn't sense the car. This woman that was in like 2 cars behind us, she like ran up and told him, you have to move forward for like to detect you to let us in. And so we kind of waited there for nothing.
I think we should also mention that we got in here for free today.
So we've made it to café. We just need some food, but the restaurants in our immediate view are closed because it is a Sunday. So hopefully we can find something around here.
I'm not sure you're gonna get up over the guard. Oh, I'll just lean back. That's good.
There's Dubrovnik.
There it is. What a place.
We're here. Gotta return Sean's baby.
I like this car a lot.
He wants one now.
I do. Kind of a shame we ended up getting here so late. It would have been nice to come out and get a bit of a lay of the land before tomorrow. First thing, we're going on a tour to a national park, so we're gonna have to wait until New Year's Eve.
Just gonna do a quick clip of our Airbnb because I'm tired now. We're only here for 2 nights, but it's fine.
It's a shame. It's most definitely the nicest one we've stayed in so far.
Yeah. I have this sofa, bed, closet, desk, TV, kitchen, and then a massive bathroom. Good morning. We are currently trying to find the meeting point for the tour we're going on, but we can't find it. And we also think it might be cancelled because the first time we booked it was cancelled, and it still says stuff about swimming, which obviously we're not doing now because it's freaking freezing. I thought it said to just meet in front of the Game of Thrones museum. We have made it to Krka National Park. We're the only 2 people on the tour today. It's about an hour-and-a-half drive, but we made it here. And on the drive, Sean and the tour guide Adrian were talking a lot about Croatia and the history, so Sean learned a lot today.
A million questions. I couldn't help myself because he had all the answers. He's very, very knowledgeable.
But we're here for the day exploring the waterfalls and all the beautiful sights. And we just came up to the first viewpoint where there is a rainbow.
We've done the first part of the Krka waterfalls tour. Krka. Our guide's very informative. He's been showing us around, telling us all the stories and, you know, history, information about the nature. It's been quite informative. I recommend it.
It's with Greco, did you say?
Greco tours. Gecko tours. Greco
Oh yeah,
is
Gecko.
pizza back home.
Gecko tour.
So we're gonna get back in the van, go to the second part of the park. The camera's probably gonna die soon.
I'll use my phone. well, our first one. We're going to another one in a couple of hours because we're staying in Split for New Year's Eve tonight. But we stopped at this cafe for a bit. It's called D16 Coffee. But our coffees look so good. We both got Magic, which it is a perfect in-between of our cortado and a flat white. We're gonna play some Crazy Eights with my little mini deck of cards.
We've arrived at our second Split accommodation. This one's a bit cooler. We rented like a townhouse. It's really nice, very compact, but spacious at the same time. My favorite thing in here is that the bathroom is all, there's no step into the shower, it's just all open. Jamie doesn't like that, but I like it very much.
I just don't want the floor to be wet.
So the kitchen is fully stocked. Ooh, beer and wine. We've got a really nice sized bedroom, little desk there for me to plug away at some work. And then this little thing, which I'm very interested to go up there and see what the story is. Jamie's making us cheese and tomato sandwiches.
Oh, you want tomato? That's good.
Why not? Oh. And onion. We can have a real sandwich.
Sean's just trying to figure out how to lock our door. And then we're gonna go out and enjoy the New Year's Eve festivities.
It is New Year's Eve, 6 o'clock on the dot. I'm making dinner. We got some sausage, some spaghetti, and some veggies frying up, sauteing here.
I'm watching TikToks.
Watching TikToks and cuddling a pillow. She seems cozy. So I'm gonna let her be while I make dinner. We've opened the wine. We learned on our tour yesterday that in the late 1800s there was a wine plague, and all the major wine producing countries, Italy, Spain, France, all their wine crops and vineyards all died out, but Croatia's didn't. And a lot of Croatian immigrants to America and Australia brought their grapes with them. What was the name of the wine that was Croatian that you drank in America? Zinfandel. That's a Croatian wine that apparently Croats aren't overly fond of because it's so sweet.
All right, we're about to go out for the evening and celebrate New Year's Eve. We finished our bottle of wine. Oh, Sean's gonna finish it. But we're gonna end it here because I don't want to take the camera and it gets stolen or something happened to it. So Happy New Year. We'll see you at a later time. Bye.